I was born with a lazy eye and really terrible vision. I've had glasses ever since I can remember. Now I wear contacts. Most people don't even realize that I wear glasses. And my vision's like really bad. Most people, they're at like a prescription of -1.5, 2.5. And my prescription is -7.5. I think I've only met like three people with worse vision than me. And everybody has something when they're growing up that they really struggled with. And one of the things that I really struggled with was being able to see things, especially in school. So even with glasses, I still had trouble seeing the board, and it really struggled, and it got me down a lot because I couldn't see what was there when I was taking notes. I wasn't really sure if I was getting it all down. Most of the times I tried to sit towards the front, but that didn't always happen, and you know, I would struggle with that. And over the years, you learn to adapt, and you do whatever. But why I bring that story up is when we have hardships in our life, we can think of woe is me. I have it so bad. And I don't think my parents would wish that on me or anybody else. But when we go through those things, we can learn from them and we can take them for we can take something out of it. We don't just have to, hey, we don't need to be in a victim mindset. I have bad vision, so I can't do this. This is, I have no control over this. I can't do whatever. Looking back on that experience, it was not fun. It was really hard. It was a struggle, and it was uncomfortable, and it made learning harder. But there are things that I did got out of it. So looking back on it, because I couldn't see as well and I struggled to see the board and whatnot, it forced me to become a better listener. And it forced me to try and write a little faster. Maybe that's why my handwriting's so bad. It's because I could never take my time. I always had to write as fast as possible. And it's just like chicken scratch. But it really forced me to become a better listener and retain that information, because if I didn't, if I couldn't see and I couldn't hear it, and if I was a bad listener, I wouldn't get that information. I wouldn't retain that information. So when I hear something, I have a tendency to hang on to it. When I'm in, watching a video, or when I'm listening to a lecture, or I'm at a certification course or something, like, I'm much better at absorbing that content because I'm hearing it, and I have learned to be a good listener when listening to facts, or when I'm trying to learn something, and it sticks with me. And then you go on top of that, now I can see a little bit better. Context has helped a lot. The technology has gotten better. Plus, writing those notes down, like, much better. When I listen to books, right? I like to read, but I don't read as fast as I want to with all the books that I want to read. Listening to books is a great option. And because of those struggles in my past, I can retain a lot of that information. I've gotten a lot out of it. So, all right, that's enough of talking about why it's good. So now, what we what I hope you can take from this is, we don't want to wish for extreme situations. I don't want my daughter to have bad vision and go through the things that I went through. But if she never goes through a hard time, she's not going to learn how to deal with it, and she's not going to grow out of it. In the gym, one of the things we talk about are the 5 levels of mindset, and the lowest level is the victim. We've talked about this on the podcast before. And that last one is the warrior mindset, that highest level. And what the warrior mindset is, it's seeking out challenge and discomfort in order to grow. We want to do that. That's why we come to the gym. The reason we come to the gym is because it's hard. That's the point. So there's 2 things that I really hope you can take away from this. The first one is, go do hard things. Find something hard and do it and grow from it. And then the second thing is, when those hard times comes up, not those things that you're seeking out, get through it. Do what you have to do. But eventually, when there's enough time in between, when there's enough separation between those hard times, what can we take from it? What are the things that we can learn? My parents were separated when we got, I think I was out of college. Yeah, I was out of college when they got separated. And, that it was tough. But, with some separation from that, hey, they're adults. If they're not happy together, I'd rather them be happy apart. And, they get to do their thing. And I get to learn from that. When any other type of, you lose somebody, or you lose a job, or whatever it is, yes, it is hard and it's not fun and we don't wish for it, but with enough time, there's something that we can get out of this and we can grow from it. It is not going to define you. It can be part of your story, but it's not going to define you. You can become more, you can become better. So, hard things are good. We want them in our lives. That's how we grow. That's how we get better. Hope this helps. Cheers, guys.